All right, we are back for example 3, parallelograms in the coordinate plane. So here's our coordinate plane here. What we have is 3 vertices of parallelogram. So we know it's a parallelogram, so that means we have all of these lovely 4 theorems. Okay. All right. 3 vertices of parallelogram. J, K, L, M are J is 3, -8. K is -2, 2. And L is 2, 6. What we need to do is find the coordinates of M. Okay? So this is really, really super important because this tells us the order of the vertices. J, K, L, M. So J, K, we know that those are connected. They're consecutive vertices. So we know that these 2 are consecutive vertices, which is great, right? So JK, JK, and then we know that the next consecutive is KL, right? So that means that these are connected as well. Okay, so our parallelogram is going to be J, K, L. So we know that M has to be in this general region, right? Okay, perfect. So what we also know is a parallelogram, right? So that means that this side and this side are going to be parallel, which means they're going to have the same slope. So if I find the slope of this one right here, this side is going to have the same slope. So here, from here to here is up 2. See how the scale is 2, 4, 6? And then this scale is also 2, 4, 6, right? So the slope of KL is up 2, 4. So it's up 4 and over 2, 4. So up 4 over 4. That is the slope of this one, right? So if you see, the slope of KL is the rise over the run. The rise is 2, 4, and the run is over 4, right? That means that the rise is going to be the same here for JM. It's going to be up 4, 2, 4, and then over 4, 2, 4 there. So this is where M should be at... that's halfway, so that's halfway between 6 and 8. So it would be 7, -4. Okay, so that is where M should be. Okay, do you guys see that? Okay, so JM, yes. The rise over the run should be up 4 over 4, and that should be M right there, 7, -4, which is what we got. So what we want to do is we want to use the slope formula to verify that this is the right point, okay? So we use the slope formula, and we use these 2 sides, right? So we're going to use the slope formula to, so we used these 2 sides right here, right? So this is KL. And that was this slope, right? And we used JM, which is this slope, right? So now we want to verify, and in your homework, you're going to have to do this. So you're going to use one side on the graph to figure out where that point is, and then you're going to verify it, finding the slopes of these other 2 sides. And remember, the slopes of a parallelogram have 2 sets of parallel sides. So this should be parallel, and also this. So then what we're going to just do is use that slope formula. Remember the slope formula? It is M equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. That's the slope formula. So we're going to use that formula to verify that this is the correct slope. So first, we're going to find the slope of LM. So we have L, right, is 2, 6. And M is 7, -4, right? This is our x1, this is our y1, this is our x2, this is our y2. Here's our slope of LM. There's our formula with the symbols, and then we just substitute in. So y2 is -4 minus y1 is 6. x2 is 7 minus 2, right? So negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. 7 minus 2 is 5. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. So we know that the slope of LM is equal to negative 2. Perfect. So if this is a parallelogram and if we found this correct point, then this slope also has to be negative 2 because the slopes have to be the same if the lines are parallel, right? So we now need to find the slope of, can you see that? KJ. So K, right, is negative 2, 2. There's that, negative 2, 2. And J is 3, negative 8, right? 3, negative 8. This is my x1, y1. This is my x2, y2. I'm finding the slope of KJ. I'm going to use my slope formula, y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. I substitute in negative 8 for y2, minus y1, which is 2. And then x2, 3 minus x1, which is negative 2 here. Then we just simplify. Negative 8 minus 2 is negative 10. 3 minus a negative 2, that ends up being positive. 3 plus 2 is 5. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. So since, therefore, the slopes are equal, right? These 3 dots just mean therefore. That means that LM is parallel to KJ, and we know that that vertex is correct if those two lines are parallel. All right, so for these problems like X3, you're going to just go ahead, use one side to figure out what the slope of this is, and then use that same slope to figure out what that point is. And then you're going to use the slope formula on the other 2 remaining sides to prove that that is the correct point. Okay? Because if it is, that means that these slopes are going to have to be the same. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and try this again with, check it out, example 3 here. So it says 3 vertices of parallelogram PQRS, and remember, that's telling us the order. It's super important. Are P, negative 3, negative 2. So negative 3, negative 2 would be right here. Okay, that's my P. Q is negative 1, 4. So this is P, this is Q. And then S is 5, 0. Okay, and I gotta figure out where R goes. Now, R is gonna go in the order. So what do we have? P, Q, R, S. So P, Q, we know that those are consecutive. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Okay, P, Q, R, S. So P, Q, and then we need R. So R is going to be over here, and then it's going to go S, which means that P, oh, did I not make an S here? This is S. Hold on, let me get a drink. Okay, I'm back. I can talk again. So P, Q, R, S. So P, Q, they're consecutive, and Q and R are consecutive, and then R and S. And then that means that P and S are consecutive as well. Okay, so it's important to look at those letters because those letters tell us that R has to be up here, which means we're going to be using, we'll use this line and we're going to use this slope, and then that same slope's going to have to happen right here. Okay, so we're going to find the slope of PQ. So I'm going to say slope of PQ is equal to the rise over the run, right? So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then over, wait, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then over 1, 2. Okay, and that means that this slope is going to be the same, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 2, 1, 2, right there. Which means this is our R, and that is the point 7, 6. So I'll just, no, I don't know where I'm gonna write 7, 6, 7, 6. Okay, so that means that the slope of RS is rise over run. What did we say it was? It was 6/2, so up 6/2. Okay. So I'm going to make my lovely parallelogram now. Okay. Nice, nice. Okay. All right, so which sides did we use? We used this side and this side, right? And that was the slope of PQ and RS is 6/2, which is the same thing as 3, right? Now what we need to find is the slope of QR and PS. And if those slopes are the same, we're going to verify, right, using the slope formula. And if they're the same, then we know that we came up with the right answer there. So first, I'm going to figure out what the slope of QR is. So, oh, what did I say? I said R is 7/6. Okay. All right, so we are going to find the slope of QR. So the slope of QR okay, we need to verify. So we know what R is. We need to say Q. What is Q? Q is -1/4. Okay, and then we're going to define our variables. This is my x1, y1. This is my x2, y2. Slope formula. The slope of that equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. Then we substitute in. Y2 is 4 minus y1 is 6 all over x2 is -1 minus x1 is 7. 4 minus 6 is -2 over -1 minus 7 would be -8. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. And 2, there's a common factor of 2. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So our slope ends up being 1/4. Okay? So now we need to figure out the slope here. And hopefully it's the same. If it is, then we know we did it correctly. So, or we're verifying, right? So the slope of, what is this, PS? Okay, so we have to P, what is P? P is -3, -2, and S is 5, 0. This is my x1, y1. This is my x2, y2. The slope of this is y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. My y2 is 0 minus my y1 is -2. All over my x2 is 5 minus my x1 is -3. A negative -2, that's positive, right? So 2. And 5 minus a -3, those are positive. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So we end up with 1/4. So there we have it. Those slopes are the same. So we're going to say the slopes are equal. Therefore, QR is parallel to PS, which means that this point, R, we verified it, it is 7/6. All right, so for your homework problems, right, you're going to do it like this. You're going to find the slope, and then you're going to have to verify by using the other two segments and using the slope formula to verify that that is indeed the correct answer. And if you get the same slope, then you know that you did. If you got two different slopes there, you know that something is wrong, okay? All right, that is it for example 3. See you in a little bit for example 4.